think I get why you guys drink every night.
So now it ain't even night. I think I'm ready to start drinking.
Let the adventure begin.
Probably every teacher that I ever had said, Billy Molls, you're gonna amount to nothing. Can't help but wonder, maybe they were onto something.
Gonna be a good hunt. You know, you're not sure what works yet. You haven't failed enough. You gotta be aggressive. You gotta go out there, make mistakes. There is no crossing that bad boy. That thing will drag you down and roll you over, chew you up and spit you out if you're lucky. To all those guys who tell me, oh, I'd love to do with you, my response is this: come on out. That's Alaskan hunting. As I always say, you're always up against something. Rain has ended, finally. He is 120% big enough. I'd say we got us a real Alaskan grizzly bear hunt.
Never again.
Any last words?
You're like some hell.
It's all part of the experience, Joe. The warm air from the heater in the Super Cub made me forget about my tired muscles and blistered feet. I would have fallen asleep if it weren't for the turbulent air jarring us like a roller coaster, and Matt's occasional, stress-filled and often colorful outburst over the intercom. Hunched forward, he focused through the fog for horizon, all while shooting quick glances to the leading edge of either wing for icing. I just kept my mouth shut and pried my seatbelt as tight as I could. I trust Matt's skill and decision-making as much as any pilot, but nonetheless, I prayed he could navigate the sleet, wind gusts, and low clouds for another 30 miles. Not only did I want to see my wife and kids again, but the comforts of a shower, hot meal and a mattress in a heated cabin back at base camp far exceeded my appetite for a night spent bivouacked on a gravel bar beneath the wing of the plane. In my 20 falls in the Brooks Range, I'd never seen such violent, unpredictable winds and bad weather. I was coming off a 14-day sheep hunt, and as brutal as that was, this flight served as a kick-in-the-groin type reminder as the dodgy reality of a bush pilot's life. There is no job or lifestyle in the Alaskan backcountry that is without difficulty and danger. The familiar skid of the Tundra tires brought a relief so great it rivaled the time my mom promised not to tell my dad after she'd discovered the cigarettes I'd hidden in my cran box. Well, I'm sure that flight was far from the worst you've had this season. I think I get why you guys drink every night. So that
It ain't even night. I think I'm ready to start drinking now.
So that little like air pocket that we hit there, I imagine you guys have been hitting tons of those this year, huh?
Yeah, it sucks when you get those combined with bad visibility.
Yeah.
At least we could see. It's usually you get that when you get a wind switch in there. It switched from the tail. When it was blowing down that valley and then it meets right there, boom, and that's when it slams your head off the roof.
Yeah.
All your stuff goes flying.
Yeah, I can see. So like with Doug, you don't have to pick him up, so you're just not gonna. You could, but it's like, why? Yeah, I totally get it.
That's an insane, and you don't want to make a huge habit out of that.
Right.
It's like you really need to get somebody,
Yeah.
It's Packer, Doug, get comfy.
I hear ya. They're gonna be desperate this year. "18 hours later, I was back in the air. The kitchen tote was resupplied, my gear was mostly dry, and the next adventure was waiting. Let the adventure begin! Got her set up. That was a wet job. Got her all staked off. Good as it possibly can with the weather we've been having. Last few weeks, it's been definitely one of the roughest falls I've seen in 20 years I've been guiding up here. The worst winds I've seen in 20 years. Heap of junk into a camp. Get ready for my main man Joe, hunt some grizzly bears. Hunted this spot several times, always done well. Matter of fact, I see a bear right there, right on that little ridge, way off. Bear or a caribou, but it looks bearish to me. Gonna be a good hunt. Jake snuck up in on me. Lovely day, Joe. Pretty good, you?
And we'll kind of push over here and get your left hand up to that bar again. You're gonna bring your head way up front. Just kind of step there and drag that other leg out behind you. Yep, you're doing it perfect. Get on that step, there you go. Then you can step low on that bar again if you want.
This one here?
Yep.
Working like that.
Yep. Yeah.
Seasoned pro. Hey, good to see you, Joe.
How you been? Good.
Pretty good, you?
Yeah, looking good.
Excellent.
Got out today, it was great.
Yeah?
Bad weather.
Couldn't hardly see anything, but I did see a bear already today, so a few caribou snuck in on us. Got Joe getting cozy. Jake's off for the next ride. Well, morning of day one, Joe. How many times have you hunted in Alaska?
This is probably number, I think, 8.
Okay.
8 times. Yeah,
So you've been around the block. You're no stranger to waking up to the rain hitting the tent.
It rained all night last night. Looking forward to the hunt. I've been looking forward to this all year long, trying to get in shape for it. So we hope to have a great time, and hopefully are lucky enough to come across a nice bear. So here we go. Having some breakfast now. Smells good, and we got out for the first day of the hunt. We thought the weather would weather us in, but Matt got us in here nice, which is great. So far, so good.
As my grandpa used to say, it's all going in the same hole.
Kind of mix it up.
You've seen this on my videos.
There you go. There you go.
Sitting underneath the tarp.
That's what it's all about.
Yeah, we're doing things right. We left camp, got good and sweaty, and now we're
Hoping we see him on this side of the river.
hyperventilating, and we'll be frozen in 30 minutes. This rain just is here to stay by all indications that we're getting, but the wind isn't terrible, so that's a plus. Welcome to Alaska grizzly bear hunting. I need to clean my camera lens. Sit and wait. Keep glassing, keep glassing. Day one, pretty slow. We haven't seen a mammal yet, other than one another. Few birds, that's it. No caribou. No nothing. Rain and wind is the story. Fog, it's actually clearing up a little bit.
Yeah, you can see that mountain base now.
Yeah. They're here, just a matter of time. Yeah, we're just like on the last sheep hunting. Life's about waking up in the morning, putting your cold, wet boots on, and just getting right back after it.
Stay with us.
8 p.m. On our way down from the hill. Matt just dropped in, brought Packer, Deadly Douglas. He's got the plane fired up, he's taking off away again. Didn't see a bear. Wolverine, some muskox, couple caribou. Lots of rain. The rain just quit for us here about an hour ago. So we'll have another set of eyes tomorrow. Spotter, packer. Wouldn't want to shoot a bear if we had to pack it out.
That's true. Wait, gotta earn his keep.
Yeah, so now we can start hunting tomorrow.
Some warm up.
Well, Er's a pretty handy dude to have in camp. Did you eat? Even? You must have got a meal, didn't you?
Well, I just made one. I didn't get to eat it.
Oh.
They went right when I made it.
Oh, did they just pick you up and drop you off?
Yeah.
Oh, you didn't even get to get to base camp.
I've been kicking it over there for 2 or 3 days, yeah. Just got pumped right over here.
Now you know what guiding's all about.
I ran out of fuel and had to boil my water. And I made a fire. And boiled
Oh yeah, did you cook those ribs up?
I did. I ate all the ribs, I ate all the back straps.
Oh well, then you've been eating pretty good then.
Can't complain.
Yeah. Doug Elliott, this is Joe Werner.
Joe.
Doug the Packer. We didn't want to shoot anything
Pleasure to
today.
meet
We're
you.
waiting for you.
Yeah.
Nice to meet you, Doug.
Here, I figured you must have had today at base camp at least.
Nope. Just got picked up.
Wow.
Right down there.
Yeah, I bet you were really glad to have those sheep ribs, a little fat.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. Was it raining, snowing the whole time?
Yeah, it got mixed, just like always. We're in that little oasis, just
Pretty much.
all around us. Wind kept swirling back. If we get a little bit of rain, a little bit of snow.
Was there snow on the ground when he picked you up?
No,
It rained pretty hard all night.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Dang. Yeah.
Yeah.
Go from sheep to bear, right?
That's right.
There you go.
Yeah, well, very good. Well, excellent. 2 p.m., day 2. Finally quit raining. We had 3 straight days of non-stop rain. In the last week, it's rained. The 4 days before that, rained about 80% of the time. Got a falcon flying around there. So we're taking advantage of this nice weather. You can see the river is flooded. I do not think we're going to be able to cross that probably for at least the next 24 hours. Yesterday I figured it was marginal. Today she's pretty well blown out. She's going to be probably chest deep and many channels. So the wind right now is basically blowing that way, so that kind of, or more or less anything across the river is probably off limits unless we can get downwind and then call it across would be kind of my plan. But we have yet to see a bear, which is strange. This is usually a real good spot, but obviously we haven't had ideal conditions. So with the wind blowing at an angle kind of like this, more or less out of the south, I've been poking around this hill looking back. Wind direction is everything when bear hunting, so I'm just going to keep our eyes peeled. We got good weather like this. And we'll catch a break sooner or later. Got to look at it as every hour you hunt, you're an hour closer to when you're going to shoot your bear. Guys just got to stay diligent, get decent weather, hunt long and hard. Yeah, it's nice not having rain. We've basically figured it out. Been here 3 weeks now. Seen the sun really just one day. Literally not 15 minutes. Other than that one day, I haven't seen the sun more than 15 minutes in 3 weeks. It's been kind of a crazy deal. As I always say, in Alaska, you're fighting something. Got all this snow melting. All the rain we've been having, that river is going to continue going up. Obviously, it's cutting our country in half, but that's all you can do with it. You know, unless you go way up high into the mountains, you're going to be dealing with the same issue almost everywhere. And this year the berries are very weak as I've ever seen them. So I got to think that these bears are going to really be concentrating on these rivers digging roots, and I got to figure they're going to be really aggressive. So I'm probably, you know, if we got good wind and everything's in our favor, I won't use it, but I might be pretty aggressive on predator call this year if any sort of opportunity arises. So I got to think the bears are going to be responsive this year. They got to be hungry. Been really busy, not a lot of downtime to speak of. Now that we transitioned from sheep hunting where we were go, hunted like 12 days before we got a ram. Yeah, it's almost like I've hit a pivotal moment in my guiding. I would say this year has probably been my easiest yet since I've been married, particularly since I've had a family. Maybe since I've been married. Stacia and I have been together 14 years. I don't know, it's kind of like her and I think in the last 4 or 5 years we've really come to the decision that, you know, this is what I'm going to do long term. You know, this is who I am, this is how we support our family. And my little girls are 8 and 9 now. Frankie had her birthday just 10 days ago. When I called her up, she said, "Daddy, don't you have something to say to me?" She wanted me to tell her happy birthday. I texted her a happy birthday, but apparently she wanted to hear it from my mouth. But yeah, they're doing well, you know, and Stacia's a rock. I know she's got things handled back at home, and I thought it would hit me harder than what it is, to be honest. with us building a house this year, I was very, very preoccupied with that for the 2 months leading up to my coming up here. And I thought it just wasn't sinking in at all. But yeah, I think I've got a really good piece about being up here. Probably another huge factor in it. I've been on a somewhat of a health journey the last 3-4 years. Herniated a disc in my back. I'm 41, almost 42 now. Had to make a lot of health changes. Changed my diet around. I've never been overweight really, but really changed my diet and lost about 10 pounds, cut out all the inflammation, really stayed away from sugar and carbs largely, and it's helped immensely. I feel strong. This is the strongest I've felt in maybe years. I feel my endurance is as good as it's ever been. My strength is good, but my endurance, I just feel strong, healthy and fit, and I think that's helped a lot. And just have a ton of energy, feel great, and yeah, aside from bucking the weather, yeah, that isn't so fun all the time. It's been a little frustrating the last couple of days. It's been tough just raining straight, everything's wet constantly, but yeah, even to just get the rain to stop, yeah, feeling really good. Still have basically another month to go, and yeah, I largely owe it to Stacia just because, she can handle anything, and I know that. She knows that, so if there's anything going on at home, I really don't have any reason to worry about it. And I know for most people that's the hardest part about this job or being up here for extended periods. It's hard to leave the family. I'm not going to say that it's easy, but it's just who I am. It's what I do, and I've also really, I think, it's taken me a while to really accept it, but I've come to the realization when I tell my kids that there's nothing in this world that they can't do, and I know I have to lead by example, and this is what I feel God has called me to do. Not that I've got it all figured out, not that I'm perfect, but He's got purpose for me here, and I feel that strongly. I always have. And for the time being, I still have every confidence this is where He wants me to be, and I've got peace here. I have a lot more peace here than I do in the real world, I guess, even though I'm away from my wife and kids. Can't wait to see them, but He's molding me here, I know that, and I'm seeing things, or He's showing me things, I'm learning things that I believe He wants me to share with others. I think that's why I'm here. As long as I love it, as long as I'm physically able, my wife is physically able to take care of the family while I'm gone, Alaskan wilderness is where I'll be every fall, and every spring. What do you whiz-bangs got to say for yourself?
Still working.
You're 2 hours closer to shooting your grizzly bear than the last time I saw you, Joe.
That's about right. But it's not raining.
Amen, brother. Pretty cheery about that.
It's a little warmer.
Doug's eating.
One to pop out.
The M&Ms aren't hitting us.
Yeah, no, we need a little more sustenance than candy. Show us your lunch bag today, Doug.
Got some candy. I already ate some candy. I'm eating. We got some nuts in there.
Yeah, that's.
Oh, it's more candy.
There you go.
That's it.
Sugar.
Mom's out there saying you can't live on candy. We're out here to prove them wrong. We're ready to eat some bear flanks. Some bear loin. That sheep stink starts rotting anymore, you darn near smell like a bear. We should just have Doug waller out in the tundra. Be our bait pile.
Yeah. Going on what? 23 days. Told Aaron I was gonna open up a cheese curd stand. Up in the ram. I was telling Dougie, it's a pretty nice holster, but it looks pretty Chichaco-ish. It's so shiny and new, and so you get a little tent time. Now you gotta like let that thing sit out in the weather for a year or so and get all brown, crusty. Yeah. Don't oil it for a couple of years. Don't ever oil it. Never been oiled. What you packing? 454. Bear medicine. Evening day 2. Got a crowberry seed stuck in my throat. It's about as close as we've come to seeing the sun in a week. Seen a handful of caribou. Today, no bears. Raining on and off. Wind's been flip-flopping back and forth a little bit.
What'd you see, Billy?
8 caribou. What'd you see? It's 2 days of Brooks Range grizzly bear hunting. What do you think of this, Joe?
It's just too hard. Sit under this tent all the time.
Pretty slow.
It's gonna pop. I feel it's gonna pop tomorrow.
Yeah.
At least you're seeing some caribou. Something's moving.
I think tomorrow's the day. What do you think, Dougie?
He's trying to run in town, get some dinner, and come back.
Hey, man. How good would a pizza be, right? I would give just pretty much anything other than something out of a bag that we have to eat off of a
Pizza and a beer.
off of a sleeping bag.
Pizza and a beer right now?
Pizza and a beer.
A beer?
Making life
Pizza and a
tough.
six-pack.
She is moving pretty quick and powerful. Came down here to clean the coffee pot out. There is no crossing that bad boy. That thing will drag you down and roll you over, chew you up and spit you out if you're lucky. That complicates things. Knocks our hunting territory in half. But that's Alaskan hunting. As I always say, you're always up against something. Lovely beginning to day 3, huh?
This is it. Getting Mr.
Get
Grizz. Mr.
full-
Grizz.
Full grizzly bear hunting experience. Joe's like, oh, get sweaty, go sit up on the hill and be cold. Like, yeah, now you get to get sweaty and get rained on.
We're loving every minute of it for the time being.
Yeah. And we have to remind ourselves of that.
Yes, many times over.
Rained all night again. Last night. Had a little reprieve there for about a half hour during breakfast. And back to rain. But get up on the hill, get the tarp up, not super cold. Hopefully we can see a bear today. Hopefully we can shoot a bear. To all those guys who tell me, oh, I'd love to do what you do. My response is this: come on up. do the corners there, Dougie. Then we'll slap this stick in the middle. Yeah. Probably should go up on the base of that hill. Spend enough time in the wilds of Alaska, and you're gonna get punched in the chin. There's just no way around it. You've got to constantly adapt, endure, and work with nature rather than against it. I wouldn't necessarily say Alaska's trying to kill you, but she certainly doesn't care if she does. The offensive aspect of hunting, that is, finding, stalking, and killing an animal, is rather universal. But Alaska forces you to play defense more often and in more ways than perhaps any wilderness in the world. The key is to protect yourself as best you can, survive as many rounds as you can, and usually your opportunity will come. Joe, any words of wisdom?
Just hang in there is what we're thinking about. It's foggy, it's been so far, so.
I bet you're sure glad you're not on a beach with your wife someplace, aren't you?
Let's talk about the beach a couple minutes ago.
Before or after you're talking about food?
Dougie likes this food. Yeah. Kind of like pea soup out here. Got me thinking.
There's a strange, therapeutic metamorphosis as one sits on a hill 14 hours a day in the wind and rain. The rules and value systems here are different. Time, the world, our agendas and old thoughts pass away. You can't help but be still and contemplate. Conversations range from mindless banter to raw and deeply personal, often in the same sentence. The hours of glassing, miles hiked, the cold rain trickling down your collar and the damp air in your face as you stare silently into the fog is familiar to every Alaskan hunter, but has unique meaning and impact to each and every one of us. Some of my fondest memories and most critical decisions in life took place on a forlorn Alaskan hillside, huddled under a tarp. How many times you been to Alaska, Joe?
Me? I don't know. What did I say? 8 times? Something like that. You count it up.
Well, have you seen first 3 days of such nice weather as this in any of those hunts?
That moose hunt was pretty crappy out.
Yeah.
Weather-wise, but that was sleeting. And it got foggy. Not like this one. This is probably the foggiest I've been in Alaska. But yeah, this is definitely a trip. This is Alaska, though. They always talk about it. It rains all the time. This is it. I've been lucky in a lot of my hunts and get the animals early, but this ain't gonna be one of those lucky hunts. But it's the experience, you tell me, so I'm gonna go with that for a couple more days.
Yeah, you're lucky.
Catch me on day 9.
You don't even know
I'll be in a sour mood.
You turn that camera on one more time.
Ooh, I got. There's an idea. Some Kuyu socks. I had a pair. They were like kind of like slippers like that for camp, you know, to dry your feet out. So what do you got going on? Are your feet cold?
Ah, my toes are numb. I don't know. Taking my socks
Oh,
off made them a lot
That's
warmer.
just how you know you're hunting in Alaska. You got to have some numb body parts.
Sure.
So that's helping, huh?
Yeah, it is.
Until you like take them out and then they get cold again and then they go back in.
I don't know what it is. It's the socks and boots
They're wet.
They're way warmer without socks and boots on. How's that even possible?
I don't know. Well, here's an update. Day 3, 2:30 in the afternoon. Still raining, wind still blowing. Bears are still hiding.
Well, so when you go back to Pennsylvania, let's say this was your last day, Joe. It's like, oh, Joe, how was your trip? What would you tell them?
Wet. I would say it was a wet trip. And
Two amazing campmates, though.
yeah, Doug and Billy were awesome. We watched the water out slide off the tent.
And we saw a cow and a calf caribou.
And that made our day.
Yeah,
Living a life in Alaska.
it woke me up from my nap. Oh, there's two. Like, caribou? Yeah.
Exciting.
Somebody's got a glass where Billy's sleeping.
Yeah, Billy's sleeping. We're doing all his work.
Yeah, that's how it goes.
Back to the races.
Back to the races. Oh, you can't make this stuff up. Days like today that I think of my high school English teacher. Probably every teacher that I ever had that said, Billy Molls, you're going to amount to nothing. Can't help but wonder. Maybe they were onto something. Stay in school, kids. Brooks Range.
PB&J.
This is it.
Need and squeeze.
We needed that. Can't beat it, huh?
And enjoy. Yeah.
Lovely Alaskan afternoon. This baby has got some real power to it now. Holy smokes. Out there in that main current, holy man. The sound is just altogether different. She's a real river now, that's for sure. The rain has ended, finally. 4 days, 4 straight days of rain. Other than just a few short little breaks there. A couple days it didn't even stop. Yesterday we had a break of about an hour. It was pouring. That river came down at least a foot overnight, which was kind of nice. I was a little bit concerned if it continued to rise that we were going to have to move our tent this morning. The bank started washing out at all. Not quite 8 o'clock. Fog squashed down. As soon as that lifts, climb the hill. See if we can't find us a bear. Wind is switching a little bit. 90 degrees off from where it was this morning. It was out of the west, now it's out of the south again. Basically been southwesterly. So hopefully we can have some dry weather. Boy, we need it. Feeling it today, Joe?
I think this is it. I can feel it. The rain stopped. A little foggy, but that's going to burn off, I can tell. Feeling lucky, the finger's getting itchy. So we're going to hope for a good day today. This is what, day 4? So we want to start capitalizing here and continue on with the experience of a Alaska grizz hunt. So hopefully it'll be a good day.
We're off to a better start than we've had in the last
it's not raining.
3. Yeah.
So that's a step in the right direction. It's going to get sunny either today or tomorrow. I can feel it. And then lead's going to be flying.
A little after 9 a.m. Fog just broke. We're moseying up to the hill. Well, we've seen a wolverine, caribou, muskox. No wolves, no grizzly bears. Now we can cross moose off the list. Moose antlers anyways. Haven't seen the moose yet. Looks like he's bedded in the bush. We've
determined that it's an extra ration of rice and chicken to whoever spots the first
Yeah, I
one.
thought I just had the rice and chicken too, but it's bush.
Well, an extra ration of vodka.
Hey, we
Doug will be up all night.
750
Spotting.
milliliters down there looking for us.
Making me out to this need to be a heck.
You're making yourself out to be one.
See one today, that's a reason to celebrate. How's that?
No, it's just the only time Doug's interesting is when he's had a little bit of alcohol in his system.
So I'm about to find out the real Doug, huh? Sweet, mild-mannered Doug turns into Super Doug.
Yeah, you wait till Billy gets one drink in him. We'll see who's talking.
When the video goes off, huh?
I'm
No, that's
self-admitted.
when the video doesn't go off.
Yeah.
I got an idea. Yeah.
Self-admittedly, I have a tendency to get a little lippy.
Lippy.
Pretty much I just smell the alcohol and I start getting pretty cocky.
Ooh, look behind us. There's a little sun trying to crack through there.
Holy Toledo.
tempting. That
I
was-
think that's just a star.
That's an omen now. That's an omen. I'm feeling it.
Well, well, well. Finally. First bear. About 6 miles off. Looks like I'm the one that gets the double ration of vodka tonight. I'm up on top of the hill. I just wandered around to look at the backside. Don't have my scope with me. Dark bear, which can be deceiving after all the rain we've had, but definitely looks very dark. Good chance it's a boar. He's a long ways away through really slow going, mucky, undulating, terrible hiking country. And the wind is swirling, so we're just gonna sit tight and watch what he does. If he starts working this way and we get good steady wind, we'll think about it. Kinda had to chuckle. 20 years ago, had I spotted this bear, I mean, I think I'd probably would have thrown the scope on it, looked at it, would have probably just told myself it was big enough, told my hunter that, and filled my pack up, thrown everything together, and struck off across the country, across the tundra after it. You know, now, 20 years later, you know, think differently, but then when I look back, it's like, it's no different than anything in life. When you're ill-experienced, you have to be aggressive. You got to just take a chance because, you know, you're not sure what works yet. You haven't failed enough. You got to be aggressive. You got to go out there, make mistakes. That's how you learn. There's just nothing worse in life than sitting on your hands and doing nothing, because then you die and you don't get anything done. But without a doubt, our best bet at this point is just sit there to watch that thing. But yeah, man, I've run some hunters through the ringer over the years on wild goose chases. It's amazing. None of them shot me in the back. Shoot. Yeah, so what I think I'm going to do is I'll go back down and point it out to Doug and just kind of not say anything and just kind of see what he would do and try to get his mind spurred to when he's going to be guiding. I mean, I think he's a very capable hunter and very good people person, better people person than I am, that's for sure. But yeah, just get him thinking like what he would do, and you know, try to get him to match his hunting style, maybe a little bit with not so much my hunting style, but maybe some of my experience, and shave down his learning curve. Next year at this time, he'll be calling the shots on his own hunts. And the biggest concern I have about going after this bear, not only blowing it out of the country, but also to be traipsing 6 miles through the tundra if you don't have things strongly in your favor. You know, we've already got this river swollen that's cutting down half our area, because there ain't no crossing that puppy, at least not for another day or two at least. but we don't want to strike off across the tundra and lay that scent trail down, and then if it doesn't work out on this bear, let's say we decide he's a big one, we want to shoot him, you blow him out of the country, A, that's obviously not good, and then B, you leave your scent trail right down the heart of what little country you have. We'd basically be splitting it right in half again and just cutting your chances down grossly for the rest of the hunt. So get an eyeball them, see what we got. But we're seeing moose, seen more caribou, already seen, well, first bear we've seen, day 4, seen more animals today, and it's 10:30 than we have in the last 3 days. Things are definitely looking up. I know who gets the double ration of whiskey tonight.
You?
You got, well, who else?
Who else, guy?
He's a ways out there.
Actually saw one.
Yeah.
It's up in the right direction. We're looking at caribou and moose, and you're looking at the good stuff.
Yeah, there's lots of caribou running around. We're watching what we're 99% sure is the bear. He hasn't moved far from where he was, but he's all of 5 miles away. For the most part, the wind has been favorable, but definitely swirling. The sun's peeking out, the ceiling's lifting, so I'm hoping that a more stable, predominant, and stronger wind direction gets established. Hopefully we'll get a look at the bear and figure out a plan of attack from there. I'm not sure you'd want him, Joe.
Why do you say that?
I don't know if you'd have room for him in your trophy room.
That's true, my wife would have my head.
Yeah?
I did say I like it.
Maybe your wife will come home one day and you'll be building the addition, huh? He is 120% big enough.
As the quote would say, he's a big bear.
Yeah. Old Barry.
He's a big bear.
Doug and I were up on the hill trying to assess our situation with that bear we saw a bazillion miles away. Meanwhile, old Joe's spotting Grizz right from the knob. Pretty darn close. Not much over a mile away. Bedded in the willows. Right there. You can just see its rump. It's facing straight away from us, I think. Gonna try to get an eyeball on it. Wind for the most part is kind of going up the canyon and towards us. So what do you think of it, Joe? Pretty light colored.
Yeah, nice. Be a nice hide, that's for sure. It's pretty good size too.
And you say it was working right to left, huh?
It was working right to left, but barely. I caught him. He just came up there and he was walking a little bit, and then he just kind of got in that mound where he is now, and he's just kind of sat there, stood up a couple times and looked up the valley.
Okay.
That way. And then went back to his, he's, like I said, 20 minutes at least.
Yeah, if it weren't for the river scenario, that'd be boy, pretty darn lickety split. Almost wouldn't get any. Couldn't ask for anything easier than that, but we'll see what we got. Maybe I'll continue on, work our way down. We got a half chance, maybe catching them along the river, shooting them across the river. Call an airplane to get across. It's not something that I can't say that I've ever done, but push come to shove, I'm sure it'd be a doable thing. Well, that bear is about a mile away across the river, of course. Yeah, yeah. But it's a good bear. Wind is in our favor, but I don't think there's any way to get across that river. Tried predator squealing to it from here. Never picked its head up. Doug's staying back. He's gonna be our eagle eye once again. We're just gonna get down by the water's edge, try squealing, and maybe it'll hear us. That's what we're hoping. Try to get kind of a direct line of sight at the bear. Squeal again, maybe can bring that thing closer to us. If it was a normal water year, we'd be sitting pretty. We'd just scoot across the river, go right at it. Wind is nice and constant now, but always dealing with the conditions as they are, not the way you want them to be. But it looks to be a pretty good, I'd say it's about a 7.5 foot boar. What I can tell, not a jumbo giant, but darn good bear. I think that other one across the way is a little bigger, but this one's about 5 miles closer. He's just digging roots amongst the willows. Might even, Joe said he was working right to left. So perhaps he'll just kind of grate out there in that flat for us. They like digging in that gravelly stuff. They get in that old gravelly riverbeds, have a little bit of topsoil to where they've got some willows and roots that they can get at easily. They oftentimes like that. There's 1,200 yards away. Not hearing the squealing though. I got this, put this cut bank behind me. The bear definitely heard that. Got to get him to come across the river. I had his attention for a little bit, gave a couple more squeals. Eventually he just turned and just started walking up and to the right. I don't think he's circling us at all. Probably a fair chance he knows that other bear we saw is working in the same area. This bear ain't no slouch though. Kind of figured he'd be big enough to where if he heard any kind of commotion, he'd want to come check it out. Definitely wanted no part of that calling. Very few times have I, that's about the worst result that I've seen in bear calling. I've never seen one just turn around and run. I've never tried it on a real young bear. I suspect you'd get it with a young bear, but bear was right over there. And after he heard me call a couple of times, he just started walking away, and he was just feeding. So I mean, he clearly was going away from the call, but who knows, maybe Dougie will have a little more input for us. He's been moving the seat here, so that bear has been moving and either it's coming back to the same area or he just totally gave up on it. Joe started hiking back, but at any rate that river has gone down at least 18 inches in 18 hours. So I would say there's a pretty decent chance we'll be able to cross that river tomorrow. So that said, that bear may very well be working that country pretty steady. Seen 2 bears right in that same vicinity in the last 5 days. So we got 2 good bears. Can't ask for much more than that. That's about as close to a slam dunk as you'd get. If that river were crossable. Well, boys, I'd say we got us a real Alaskan grizzly bear hunt.
Going to happen.
We got a big old slob way off in the nether regions of our country. Got a camp bear that we're playing cat and mouse with. And we got a packer that hasn't changed underwear in 25 days. So what did...
You want me to wade across that river? I could use a bag.
Well, he definitely heard it and he didn't want any part of it.
Yeah, I just kind of looked at you and said, no, just head off the other way. He's just sitting up there.
Okay, so he ain't boogered. Yeah.
He ain't boogered at all.
So I told Joe that he's definitely working away. You know what I think? I'd be willing to bet money, because I've seen this happen enough, definitely with brown bears. You'll be camped on a river. Those bears will come out and they'll fish in the stream all night long. You know, you'll hear them. And then they hide in the brush during the day. They know you're there. And I bet you that bear knows we're here. Because that, just down that ridge by that shaly stuff, if you follow that subtle ridge to the right, that's where I just saw a bear when I was setting up the camp. There was a bear there, just saw him for a minute. And so that wind has swirled in here enough. Obviously he knows we're here. And I bet he heard that sound coming from the area of our scent, our camp. And he's like, nah. So, but it was worth a shot. And if he ain't boogered, like I was telling Joe, that river has come down a ton. I'd bet tomorrow we'll be able to cross that sucker. So, yeah, if we can catch him in the neighborhood tomorrow, boom, boom, shake the room.
Let's shake some rooms.
Well, third bear's a charm. Let's find him. About a heck of a day, though. A lot of excitement on day 4. Not a whole lot of excitement on days 1 through 3.
Experience the beauty, vastness, the unforgiveness,
Welcome to Alaska.
and the thrill of the Alaskan wilderness firsthand. Log on to BillyMollsAdventures.com and request for Billy to personally help you select your own Alaskan adventure. Here, you'll also find information on hosting Billy as a public speaker for your next corporate event, Christian outreach, or conservation organization. Log on today and live the adventure.
I climbed up on the hill this morning and Doug said that bull got up. He looked at him through the spotting scope. He was guessing him at 62. I would say he's probably all of that. He looks like a biggin. Sun's hitting him on his antlers. Beautiful sight. Here's the bear we saw right across the river from camp. The one we tried predator calling. He ambled off about 200-300 yards and laid down for several hours. And then eventually he just started feeding in the willows and working his way on up the creek. It's just that dang river. There's just no way to get across that puppy yet. So hopefully he sticks around, or maybe see him in a day or two. We're kind of figuring we'd maybe try giving it a shot early in the morning, figuring the snow is definitely going to freeze tonight. Shouldn't be any snow runoff in the morning. But 7:30-ish. I'll sit up here for a while longer. See what day 5 brings. Day 5, one less bear gonna be alive. We're coming up with some Muhammad Ali type Rhymes. What was it yesterday or today was supposed to be?
Day 4, let's kill a big boar.
So who is Joe Werner?
Joe Werner's a big game hunter, Pennsylvania. Looking for a Grizz. He's on my bucket list.
What do you do professionally?
I'm an optometrist, an eye doctor in Pennsylvania. I'm doing that for 30 years. This is probably my 8th trip to Alaska in search of a grizzly bear we haven't gotten yet, so we're excited for that. Married with 4 kids. 3 of them going to follow in the footsteps of an optometrist, so that's a great sign. But all still in college, so still working through that fun time, so to speak. But other than that, we're just looking to have a good time up here, and so far it's been getting better each day.
So 8 trips to Alaska. What is it you can't get enough of? What do you keep coming back for? What is it about Alaska?
Right here. I was sitting here before thinking, boy, yeah, even if you don't get an animal, where can you go and just kind of look at these mountains? You know, that's what brings you back. These mountains, just this whole wilderness area. They always say, what the last frontier. It really is. And once you go once or twice, you just want to keep going back. You just try and find a reason, or you're trying to find friends that you can bring along next time to enjoy. Hopefully my kids I can bring up eventually. So yeah, it's the surroundings here. Look at this. It's a beautiful day. Middle of nowhere. Nobody for miles and miles away. You know, where can you go?
So for the most part, you've kind of hunted different species every time you come up. Is it the species? Is it the country? Are you just trying to just bite off little nibbles that is Alaska? Or what do you think? What are you after? You think?
I think I think the animals give you a reason to come up. It sounds good just to try and check them off your bucket list, but I think it just gives you a reason to come up. I think if you got all the animals, you'd still try and come up and get another one just so you can come back up again. So. Yeah, I think it's just to come up here. And all the different parts. I mean, this is what the Brooks Range now, southeast, out west, up around Denali. It's all gorgeous. All a little different, but all pretty much wilderness. And I think that's really the part I like about it. Just sitting here and looking at everything. Peaceful. I think the big concern is there. It's almost like you said, you come up here, you see the bear first day, you shoot a bear and you're gone. You miss out on all that excitement, gearing up. You said, first of all, we saw the one bear, now all of a sudden we're thinking, oh, we're going to go, we're getting our shoes laced up, we're thinking about it. I'm unloading my pack thinking, oh my goodness, I got to walk 5 miles. And then we see one across there, then the excitement is maybe we can call him. So we, gear up and go down to the stream, and and I think you're right. I think that those experiences and having multiple ones go a long way when you're going to sit back, and get back to Pennsylvania and think about the trip and say, well, geez, this, I remember that, I remember this. So I mean, there's something to be said for that, and that's where the memories are made, I guess. And I can even think back all the different trips I had, and some I did luck out and get the first day, but even we talked about that, the sheep hunt. I got that first day, but I missed that multiple days climbing that mountain.
You were pretty thankful of that. Most guys are.
But at the same time, if I would have went through it, and I was younger at the time, I would look back on that, probably hunt a little different too. So I think there's something to be said for getting as much as you can out of each hunt. It's great to get the animal, and yeah, you want to get an animal in the back of your mind. But and if you don't, you don't. But I think if you can come up and have these experiences, seeing the animals, having some stalks, of some type, hey, you've accomplished that off the trip. So, this is great, and you can't beat it.
Got to see Wolverine, saw a nice moose, seen a few caribou, muskox.
It's the first. Never saw muskox out in the wild like this, so saw that nice moose. You know, like I said, there's more we're gonna find, more we're gonna see hopefully, and if this weather holds like it's supposed to, hey, this is just gonna be even more enjoyable. So I think we got a good half more hunt to go. So who knows, tomorrow, you know, may not see a darn thing. But you accept that. You know, you'd like to come up here and every day see 4 or 5 bears, but you know, that's just not how it works. You're here at a drop camp, so it's not like you're moving. We're sitting here waiting for them to come by, so it's just a matter of, I think, patience. And I think most hunters, you know, that's what my wife says about me. I can't believe you actually sit for hours on a mountain, where at home you just go. So it's, you know, it's a different type. It's, you know, I'm not in the hustle bustle. I can just sit here. You know, I could sit here another 6 hours without too much problem, assuming my feet don't get cold and freeze. But I think it's just, you know, you summed it up earlier. We kept using the word experience, but I think that if you really dissect that word, that's really what we're going through here. And you know, you can only hope you have many more of these. You know, I've been blessed to be able to come up as much as I have, and hopefully I can continue coming up in the future and enjoying it like I am today. And like I said, hopefully could bring some family members up to enjoy with in the future. I think that it would really make me happy if I could do that at some point. But at this point, we've got good camaraderie. We've got Dougie over here.
Dougie the color man.
Master packer, almost guide, and then we got our veteran guide, Billy, here, really taking care of me. I mean, I'm the old man here. I never thought I'd be the old man. I remember going on hunts with my dad, and I was the kid, so to speak, or I was the packer. I'd be carrying his gun. I'd be doing everything for him. Now I sit here and I'm huffing and puffing, thinking, gosh, man, how times have changed. Now I'm the old man. That's probably the hardest thing.
Yeah.
That transformation of no longer the kid, and now I'm the old man. But
time. Well, what's your advice for a couple of middle-aged men? What's
hey,
what's
you guys
the best
want to come
advice?
up here, you got to get in shape. You got to get your wind. You know, my legs are in shape, but I could tell I don't have the wind like I used to, and that's why I had to say anything. Yeah, work the legs and everything, but you got to have your wind. And climbing these hills, and these aren't even big hills compared to those. That's, you know, it gets harder the older you get. It's not as easy as it used to be. Used to this, be in shape most of the time, and you know, you work out a month or two before your trip and go. But now, geez, you need much more time than that. So yeah, if you're in middle age, you're over 55 on up. Stay in shape. So,
Anything else you want to add?
no, I think very blessed to be here. Thank my wife for letting me come each time and putting up with this, and thank the family for you know, saying the prayers they do for me that I get back and forth. But let's hope for the next video you'll be seeing us pulling the bear out. Big old paw, the old typical paw up in the air. That's the best picture.
That's the goal for sure.
Yeah, so I'm sure we will.
I like it. Excellent. Oh, battery died.
So usually happens. Talking bull. Going in circles. That's what my wife says. You can start talking about crap and just go in circles.
Oh, you did really well.
Yeah, we used to have our soccer parties, and you talk about all the kids, and I used to go on forever. She goes, "Would you please shut up?" Then I go to church and I complain about the homilies are too long.
Had a little bit of sunshine. Yeah, right there we got some. We haven't had much. Oh boy. Ladies, eat your heart out. Look at the sunshine hitting that statuesque. The epitome of a man right there. His old Chichaco himself. But it's cooling off. She's gonna be cold. We're gonna have I would say a severe frost tonight. And maybe that'll spur things into action. Forecast calling for good weather. Don't trust that too much, but the wind direction's been steady. 180 degrees off of what it was for the last 3 days, so I would say that's a good sign. Might have a little fog in the morning, we shall see. Maybe it'll get cold enough. It kind of feels like it'll be cold enough if this continues that we won't even have fog, but we'll get back up on the hill, try to locate either one of these two bears, weigh out our options. Day 5. Lucky to be live.
You're alive.
Well, the caribou can swim the river. Why can't the bears? Morning of day 5. Lucky to be alive. Lucky to be dry. Good spot, Dougie. Good spot. Did you see him crossing the creek? Did you hear him probably splashing?
No, I just saw him. I saw something in the water swimming out there. I was like, what the heck is that? And it just hopped out.
Figure if caribou can do it, the bears can do it too. Well, she's lifting, slow and steady. 9 a.m. We saw that bear we were squealing at yesterday. He's right in there. Saw him bedded as soon as we got up to the hill, and he just kind of slowly started feeding that way. But that river, still a mite bit angry, just a little too swift. Been there, done that. It ain't ready yet. We're just gonna hunker under the tarp, wait for this to break. Hopefully we can get an eyeball on that big bear we saw out there yesterday. We don't have to cross any man-eating rivers to get to that one, assuming he's still in the neighborhood. Check that out to the right, guys. See, if we'd have been back at camp, we'd have never got that shot. Like fog over the tundra, these are the days of your Alaskan grizzly bear hunt.
We having fun yet?
I guess so. We got to remind ourselves of it. Telling Joe, we haven't caught many breaks so far in the first 5 days of this hunt. I think yesterday we just got teased. Saw a couple of nice bears, which is nice to know they're there, but 6 miles of boggy tundra and one angry creek. What do you think of this fog, Dougie?
Where's your 4-letter word, Joe? Yeah. Now this fog can get out of here. Had enough of it. Tired of it. Big bear sitting over there, laughing at us. I don't know. I'm sick of it.
So what would you propose we do right now?
Make grilled cheese sandwiches.
ended up going back to camp for lunch. Weather kind of cleared out. Climbed back up on the hill. It was just kind of steadily lifting. Kind of stagnated here for about 2 hours, and all of a sudden, just like that. I mean, literally in just like a minute, just socked right back in. Cold wind out of the north, damp. Shut her down. On the bright side, that river's going down. If we can stay dry tonight, that puppy will, I would go across it now or try. I think we could. I know we could, but it's just that that risk factor. That water's just so swift. If you went down those deeper channels, it's just too swift to get back up until you get rolled however many times. So we got some good things going for us, that's for sure, but day 5, we've literally had one good hunting day. Today we've had marginal at best, and day 1 through 3, day 1 was marginal, 2 was virtually non-existent, 3 was definitely non-existent. But want in one hand and poop in the other, and see which one fills up first. Deal with what you got, roll with the punches, take it as she comes. That's Alaska Hunting 101. Sitting up here glassing. Just a tiny little bear. Gosh, I gotta think that thing's a cub. Yeah, just a little thing. Must have got wind of our camp. I don't know how it snuck up on us. Must have looped around the hill in the fog. How'd we miss that puppy? He must have... Well, he must have slipped right underneath the hill. Kind of, that's a little bit of a blind spot for us, but then it must have came right up and then cut our scent right there where we were sitting. Boy, it would have been interesting if you guys were sitting there still.
I know, sitting there.
Or all of us.
Seeing a bear run by, coming by like that.
That was definitely not our bear. That was just a tiny little thing. But I guess that just shows us we better be a little more vigilant. Of course, kind of may move swooped in on that fog. Who knows? But that's what bears do when they smell man scent. They get out of dodge.
He took off a sail.
Smart ones, anyway. 8 p.m., day 5. Colder than snot. Wind is blowing. Spotted a big bear. Not sure if this is one that we've seen before, but it looks to be like a very nice boar. He is a long ways off. Five, 6 miles is my guess. He's safe for tonight. We'll be looking for him tomorrow.
Well, we're at the end of day 5 here. Saw a couple bear today. Whether that one's a new one or not, at least it's something to think about. We saw that little dink go by, so there was some activity there. A bunch of caribou. A little colder than we like, but it's getting to the end of the night anyway. So hopefully tomorrow, day 6, is the day.
If it's gonna happen day 5, it's gonna have to happen awfully quick.
Better pop up quick.
Those clouds are sinking. Watched a couple ravens today, and I remembered, made me think of Charlie. She's 9 now. She was about 2 or 3, just learning how to talk, I guess, probably 2-ish. 18 months, 2 years old, something like that. She was calling birds go-go's. Whenever she'd see a bird, go-go, go-go. And then I always reminded, then I thought of Frankie. Whenever she was like wanted you to know she was there, she would walk into a room and go tweet, 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 tweet to get your attention. Man, those are gone. I'll never get them back, you know. No parent ever will when your kids are young. It's easy to focus and say, well, you know, I'm missing some of that while I'm gone. And I do to a certain extent. I think I used to more than I do now. What I feel more and more now is being up here away from my family for long periods of time, where it's just a very peaceful existence. Those are the kind of things that I think of and I miss. And I realize how valuable they are. And I also think those moments with their dad or mom, but I believe that they'll find the moments that are most valuable with me too are doing simple things. You know, it's not the extravagant vacations that I take them on. It's, you know, taking them camping or taking them out to dinner, just a daddy-daughter date. Simple things like that. Taking them fishing. That's it. That's what really matters, you know. It's just, I know I've said it before, but it's just the perspective that I get when I'm out here. For me, if I'm home 52 days a year, or 52 weeks a year, working a 9-to-5 job or doing almost anything, and being home, I just know I wouldn't appreciate them and most things in life nearly as much as I do, because I just get a little break from it and reflect back on it, look at my life from far, far away. Like Joe was saying, how if he were to bring, there was something that he wished he would have brought, he'd have brought a Bible. I really like Joe. He's staying positive. Really like him. Day 5, it's over halfway done. We got 4 more days left to go. We've had a lot of things not go our way, a lot of bad luck. Hopefully we catch a break. 7:30, morning of day 6. Seems to be lifting. Couldn't even see across the river. Kind of fading in and out. This is about what it was when we woke up at 6 o'clock. And it squashed right back down. Wind's still out of the north. So I suspect we'll be dealing with this for a while. It is warmer today. I'd say maybe above 40 degrees. You can almost see, you can see blue sky, bluish. We need this to burn. We need a bear within a few miles. We're ready to cross the river. We're ready to shoot a bear.
Here it is.
We're getting geared up, fog's lifting. I'm like, there he is, boys, right where we've been seeing this bear. Glassed up there. There's a bear right in there. Threw the scope on him. And there's 3 bears right in there. Saw with a couple of cubs that we haven't seen before. But we're seeing new bears. It's a good sign. Here's this little cub. Calling it a cub, probably a 2.5, 3-year-old bear, probably a legal bear, but little tiny thing, same one we saw yesterday, I'm sure. A mile or 2 away from where we last saw him yesterday. First thing this morning, spotted a real blonde bear way out by that point. Actually in those willows there. Small bear, I was thinking it was the same one. Definitely seemed more blonde than this little cub we saw last night, but so that was a different bear, but still small nonetheless. We're getting the sunshine that we wanted, a little bit anyway. Not much of it yet, but little peaks here and there. Got the wind direction that we want. Just haven't seen either of those two big bears. We're getting down to the nitty-gritty. Today's day 6. We have 9 full hunting days, so time to start pushing the envelope if and when we get another opportunity. Well, just caught a glimpse of a bear. Looked like a heck of a nice bear right in that little rocky draw there. I'm guessing it's the same bear we saw there like 3 days ago, about 2 miles apart. So that bear's probably, by way of the crow, 4.5 miles would be my guess. Over 4. A lot of rough stuff, boggy, crap terrain. I'm gonna go talk to Joe, see what he thinks. Looks like we got the weather, got the right wind. I think we're gonna have to go for it. Remember that bear we saw over there 3 days ago? Just saw him again.
Big one.
I just caught a glimpse of him. He's way over, you see that butte that I've been talking about? On the right hand side of that butte, you got those two kind of gray, shaly slides on that knob about a mile beyond that butte. He was right there and he walked back up into the left in that draw.
So that big butte.
Yep.
And behind the butte, to the right or left of the butte?
Right.
Right. It's too gray, Mark.
If it ain't the same bear, it appeared to be a giant bear. So I'm guessing that's him and he's working in that area. Gonna be one hell of an effort. But we've got the weather today. Well, I haven't heard Joe say let's go for it, but I'll take this as a sign. We're going for it.
Best weight as I can.
Yeah, we're gonna drop down the way here, drop some stuff on kind of somewhat on the way to camp, and try to find the best, firmest ground we can. Get to the end of that butte. Obviously we'll be monitoring the winds, but probably get up on that butte. Where are we at here? Yeah, we'll get up on the end of that butte and then right by those two shale slides where we saw them. So that's presumably the big bear we saw, I think 3 days ago. And then we got another big bear that was right here by camp. I'm guessing that's the one we saw way out there yesterday, and we haven't seen him today. So wind is pretty well coming either this way or this way. Thermals should be coming up. Got good weather. Stuff and go, Doug.
Stuff and go.
Smile, you guys are on camera. We're stripping down. Doug, what are the words you always wanted to hear?
Stuff her and go.
I think it was, that's season 5, I want to say. Lloyd Clausen. 6 maybe, I don't know, whatever it was. Doug's like, best line you had in all your videos. Stuff it and go, Lloyd. It's like, you gotta get t-shirts made.
With Lloyd's picture on it.
Yeah. Like he is kind of he's got a caricature face, you know, real distinguishable. And he's Canadian, so that just adds to his allure and mystique. If you're looking to hunt Alaska for brown bear, grizzly bear, black bear, moose, caribou, mountain goat, or Dall sheep, I'd be happy to help.
Oh, that was fun.
My guiding availability is limited, but I've got a network of outfitting partners across Alaska who can give you the adventure of a lifetime. If not Alaska, I can also help you find your next hunting adventure in New Zealand, Africa, Canada, or the Western US. So check out our website, shoot us an email today, and together, let's make your dream hunt a reality.
Dancer's right over there, a couple 100 yards. Left some stuff behind, got a seat to market. Any last words?
It's gonna be a hike from hell. It's gonna be worth it though.
Let's hope so. Yeah. Dougie?
Let's go get it. Turn that thing off and let's go kill it.
All right. Well, the first 1.5 miles was nice and firm. I don't think the next 1.5 miles or 2 is going to be quite so much. Undulating and wet. We're drinking up some of that milky water. Good stuff. Staying hydrated is key, especially when you sit around, don't do much for 6 days, cold. Muscles get pretty stiff, hard to drink enough water, so we're pumping into this now. I'd say we're halfway to the knob. Now it's getting pretty darn wet, so we're probably just gonna more or less beeline it to that ridge, probably walk the base of it, get to that knob, sit there, eat a little bit. Wind's been favorable, keeping an eye out for the bear, haven't seen him yet. There we go, that's working. Everything's right so far, eh, Joe?
Hey, everything's right so far. Keep on trucking.
What we've been waiting for. Dougie and I are trying to stave off that seasonal affective disorder or whatever, where you don't get enough sunlight. Whew. 1 second day of it in 25 days. Second time we've seen the sun like this. By far the nicest day we've had.
Yeah.
It was pretty cold. I think there was snow on the ground last time we had sun.
I've seen the sun twice. It's 2 more times and I've changed my underwear. in how many days?
You thought getting a wet foot in that one creek crossing was going to matter? We got about another 1 mile of this. It will be wet by day's end either way. There's no avoiding it. Biggest thing I'm trying to avoid, honestly, is the brush. That slows down more than anything. And the undulation. It's just a sea of this. It's all part of the experience, Joe.
That's why you hired a guide, Joe. Yeah. Take you through the deepest holes.
That was the shallowest spot in this whole stretch, so yeah. You're welcome, guys.
12 feet to the left, there's dry.
Cleared the swamp. Now we get the tussocks. Got a few caribou bulls checking us out. Plan now is just make it to that ridge and take the firm ground at the base. Get to that point. Where we last saw it was tucked in there about probably a mile and a half-ish from that knob, I'm guessing.
I'm guessing that's our resupply.
Got a buddy?
Yeah. I don't think this one's gonna be quite so easy. Yeah, right there. She is about crotch deep and then some. Try it. Got her. Test that little spot there down below with your pole there, Joe. See where you can. Almost made another donation. So yeah, you're gonna want to get as far across as you can. Here, Dougie, you film this.
Throw it over.
Yep. Hold on, Joe. I think it's right. So you kind of basically go for right here and yep. Put your foot about 3 inches beyond where you want to go. Oh, piece of cake. Drop it.
Life depended on it.
Like a
There was a gator in there.
A cat-like reflex. Very well might be him. Camp's down by the river right over there. That's our glass and knob. Worked all the way across. This is the tip of the butte we were talking about. So we last saw the bear, I'm guessing a mile, mile and a half over that way. Wind is pretty much kind of coming in our face. I think thermal's this way. Wind direction is kind of this way. Thermal's will probably be going right up that canyon. The bear was in the next drainage over. So we'll get up there, glass a little bit.
Yeah, here it is. Made it a few miles across the tundra. Hope we missed the bears. That's right here. So, like I said, we're just going to try and keep what went from there. Keep it out with them. See if he's over the next knoll. If he is, we're going to do
Well, you can.
Yeah.
I think Doug's eating bacon. Yeah. Eating bacon and drinking vodka. Alright, so we're on the butte here. And right there in that gray shale, just in that little drainage to the right of that gray shale is where he was, and he was working his way in. So this ridge right there in between us is 1,200 yards. So the bear was about a mile and a quarter-ish, mile and a half-ish maybe. So the wind's pretty much just blowing up these valleys. So we've got 2 drainages between us. So we've been sitting here glassing for 15 minutes, ate a little bit, find the easiest terrain. Not going to lollygag too much. Time is our enemy at this point, but we don't want to push too hard. Get up on that ridge, obviously glass all this country everywhere, but basically get up there and just kind of walk it down real slow. Find little vantage points and hope we find them in there. He's only moved maybe 2 miles in 3 days, so he seems pretty content in here. General flow of traffic has been, or his direction has been downstream, which would be into the wind, so I tend to believe that, you know, if anything, that's more likely the way he would go. But if he goes any farther down, he's going to spill out into this big basin. So everything's going as planned so far. Got a lot of variables in between him and us, but we're looking good. Feeling good. Weather's good, wind's good, everything's right. Time to go for it is nigh. Dougie, you in? I'm in. We're in his dining room. Cutting lots of fresh sign on our way in here. Go ahead and load up.
Might as well sling it. We got a long ways to go.
After discovering a defective magazine spring earlier in the hunt, Joe's rifle was only functional with 1 round in the magazine. While 2 rounds from a .340 Weatherby is plenty for a grizzly bear, as a guide, a detail like that sticks in the back of your mind. 3 hours since last laying eyes on the bear, we angled to keep the wind and began the process of elimination. Keeping high ground, we stopped in several spots to observe. Once convinced he wasn't there, we continued on and repeated the process.
Found our bear. Right out there. Let's go get him, Joe. Well, we're set up. Right there is where we last saw the bear. There he is, right there. We're just squealing, formulating a plan as to what we're gonna do. And it's glassing out into this flat. There he was. Wind is right. Figured he would probably feed or grade his way along this rim. Been glassing this flat plenty, but finally got an eyeball on him. It's about 6 o'clock. So he's about a mile from where we last saw him. So, could be up close and personal. I love this bear hunt. This would be a great one if it works.
The wind was strong and steady, so we were aggressive in our initial approach. As we closed the distance, our noise and movement became more calculated. In close quarters like this, it's easy to overthink, but you can't. You gotta stay calm and trust your gut. With marginal cover, we tiptoed, single file, directly at the bear as he fed along the edge of a tiny creek. We came to a subtle but dry promontory in the otherwise flat, wet expanse between us. This looked to be our best ambush. One can prepare for most facets of a hunt, but the intensity of being eye level with a grizzly at 80 yards can't be simulated or practiced. It only comes firsthand.
Wait till you get a good clear shoulder shot.
The first shot on a bear is critical, and when you can only see parts and pieces as he's moving through the brush, the pressure magnifies. In my experience, most hunters tend to shoot high when the brush hides the belly line, and wounded bears generally flee downhill into the densest cover available. This had every possibility of being a one-shot scenario. I was ready for backup just in case.
Can you see his shoulder good? Go lower than you think. Gotta really kill him with one shot. Make sure you can see his shoulder. We'll get a good shot here. He doesn't know we're here. Don't rush it. One in broadside. He doesn't know we're here. We got all the time in the world. Yeah, if you really like it, take him. Miss. Get him right in the shoulder, you got him.
Yep. All right, put another round in your rifle. Nice. Okay, put another round in the chamber. Get a good clear shot and take him. All right, let's move up there. Hit him. He ain't moving. He's done. Holy crap, we got a war wound on our hands. I heard you say you were scoped. All right, rifles, chambers clear.
Oh, you get that on video?
I sure did.
I don't know if he got hit in the nose or he's just bleeding out the nose there. That was up close and personal, huh? Got that sucker. That's the first bear we saw.
First big bear we saw, guys. Wow. Unbelievable. The walk from hell paid off. Billy goes, let's walk a couple more miles. All right, let's go.
Well, as it turns out, we should have just went right at him. I mean, you know, I just wanted to play it real safe on the wind. I figure, well, if he stays in there, we got him, but obviously he didn't stay in there. But yeah, you get on ground level with them in this undulation, it's no easy feat. I suspect we probably could have got a little closer, but I don't know, it was less than 100 yards. He wasn't spooked on that first shot.
I should have came and got a good rest here instead of just offhand.
Yeah.
And I should have just,
Well, that's shooting offhand. It's tough, but yeah, you get low at all. He's got a lot of rounds in him. Yeah. Holy smokes. Put her there. That's grizzly bear hunting, man.
That is hunting, man.
We were just
close and personal. Oh
we were talking this morning how
Day 6.
we look at this small little blonde thing about actually not very far from where we're at right now. I was like, man, I think we can do better, but
He said, let's do it. And then Billy saw that one. I said, let's go. And I'm looking out across that tundra. Holy moly.
We're still looking out across that
I
tundra.
know we got to go back, but now we have a little adrenaline to go back now.
You ever scoped yourself before?
No, but I knew I was.
You got a good one.
With this,
Oh,
I
yeah, it
knew-
looks sharp and
I knew that if I'm not right, I was going to scope it, but I was going to take get a good scope. I don't think I really got scoped. He's worth it.
yeah.
Oh man!
This adds to the story, adds to the experience, huh?
What excitement, huh? What do you say, Dougie?
Man.
Oh,
Dougie!
congratulations, man.
Doug, tell the truth. Were you text when we were on that hill right there and that bear's in this flat?
No.
No, were you thinking I was gonna, hey, stay back and flag?
Yeah,
I was thinking about it.
no way. Yeah, right.
Well, I figured we'd be able to catch him in here because I figured that this stuff was fairly open, and fortunately it was. Did you get any footage of that bog that we went through?
Yeah,
Oh my
yeah,
gosh, I was like, man, if it's like this the whole way, we're in trouble.
We better get this sucker because we are going to be, our stuff is so annihilated.
Yeah, so that's the canyon where I was talking about, is running this ridge and then looking back up in there. But we don't have to walk that far. He saved us a little packing.
Nice, thank goodness, man.
Man, you stuck with her. Boy,
thank
that was great
Yeah,
hunt. We were running that coulee. We were like waiting to flush a mule deer or something. I was like, man, this ain't textbook grizzly bear hunting, but
I thought he might pop out there. And then you saw him there. You just happened to look that way, whether he probably didn't hear that calling. That was too far away.
No,
You just happened to look down and saw the big black thing in the middle. I mean, that just worked out.
Ah, yeah, you just
What do
guys
you usually say? You like it when things work.
love it when a plan comes together. I think that was Murdoch on the A team.
Somebody said that.
But yeah, it's like you got to fight those conditions, and it's like, oh man, it
I'll
ain't
tell
working
ya.
out. You come close, and you just got to.
If anybody thinks grizzly bear hunting's easy, oh, it's not sheep hunting, it's a piece of cake, forget it. It's a hike. This is just one hike. He's ready to do it again tomorrow. You hear him go, we got one here, we'll go back tomorrow.
No, I said we're not going to want to come back
Oh,
tomorrow.
you said we'll take a break. So I think it's break tomorrow, but we only got a big bear down here. It was an innuendo. Joe, you'll come back here day 8.
No, it was, hey, we're going to stay here, hunt this sucker till dark.
Well, I almost asked you because we knew all that stuff he had tore up.
Yeah,
He was
close.
Yeah.
So this is the bear we saw.
The second bear we saw. No, who did
Was
we
it
see
the
first?
third day?
That's the first big bear we saw, I
First big
think.
bear
Or
we
first
saw.
bear we saw, yeah, I think it's on
We
third
were
day.
chasing him, but so far, remember?
Yeah.
And then we saw that one, then I saw that one over there, and then we said, well, one's close. And I think that's why you said, well, let's just see what we got. Rather than, he wanted to chase, remember, right away. He was like, let's
Always
go,
wants to get
let's
out.
go, Okay, Doug.
Yeah, then going through those alders when we're sneaking through that coulee, it's just like, man, that sucker could be anywhere and whoosh, on us in no time. Well, congrats, man.
Again, thank you very much.
How was that experience? How was that adventure? And it's a long ways from over, mind you.
I know. That was the best experience I've had up and close with an animal. I mean, I can think of some other ones, but nothing like that. Even my other one, nothing.
But I mean, doesn't that 3 days of rain to start off with, and then seeing that big one close, you can't cross, doesn't that just add to heighten the intensity?
You get to a point, and okay, day 5, day 6, yeah, you may not get anything. It's okay. You're getting the experience. You just got to hang in there. Heck, people get it on day 10. You guys are always talking about day 10 animals. So you can't lose it. And I didn't lose it, but I got to a point of, this is such a great time out here that I could deal with. Maybe people at home wouldn't be happy that I didn't get anything, but I'm thinking to myself, you're right. But then when you saw this, I said, we're getting on this.
Yep.
We are. We're getting on this.
And there's our resupply. That's starving for about
Yeah, we're
Bacon.
3 days.
the next 2 nights, we're going to be having a good old time.
You're dropping off bacon, I guarantee I beat both your asses back there.
Oh, man.
Clear.
Got a copy? Hey, that's weird. I can hear you. I couldn't hear Matt this morning.
Yeah, his radio's messed up.
Oh, I was about ready to chuck my handheld in the river. I'm glad I didn't do that.
Nope, you're all good.
Just whacked us a bear here about 5 minutes ago, so it'll be past dark, but yeah, we'll have him in camp sometime in the wee hours of the morning.
All right, good work. Everybody's gonna be happy.
Yeah, I haven't even walked up to him yet. Just smacked him and saw you flying, so I figured we'd let you know. We'll give a shout in the morning with weather.
Sounds good. I'd love to resupply your tent too, so good work. We'll talk to you in the morning.
Good man, old Dougie was about ready to wither away. We're all going to be happy for that. Thanks, Jake.
Yep, alright, good luck.
Day 6, pulled out the bag trick.
Pulled out the walking sticks on day 6.
Day 6, we found out the deep trick. Big old, yeah, you gotta be on the back end of them. Got quite a hide to them.
Blondie to him.
Yeah?
We're sleeping in tomorrow morning. Maybe have some bacon.
Oh man, we
Jake
are
took care of
eating
it.
bacon. I'll guarantee you that, Joe.
Hopefully Jake or Emily put the bacon in for you.
All right, nice and loud, Joe Werner, Pennsylvania.
Here we are. This is, I guess it's Friday, the, who knows, 19th, 20th? No, what is the date today? No.
30th?
30th. I'm way off by a mile.
19th,
It's day
same
6 of the
thing.
hunt. We know that. This has been, it's been a hunt of a lifetime for me. Came up here and seeking after this tundra grizzly bear, a bear I never got. I heard that they were gnarly and mean and, you know, a little bit more aggressive and so forth, so I said I'm going to go, and that's what happened. We got here, and sure enough, first day or so, well, we didn't see too much the first day, I believe, but the weather came in on us. You know, it rained, 3 days of rain, saw a couple bear. I think we saw this bear one time off in the distance. We saw another bear by camp, a nice sized one, probably close to this, I guess, that we couldn't get onto because of the river. The river was flooded with all the rain we had, so we putzed around camp looking for that one from the hunting knoll, and never showed himself again. You know, where it was feasible to go after him. We saw sow and cubs today in his spot, and sure enough, we were up on the high knob this morning, and Billy comes around and says, I see the bear. I see the bear we saw day 1. I think he's way out there. He goes, I think it's far.
I knew it was far.
6 miles, it's more like 10 miles. Don't lie. We're going to do it. We're going to do it. You know, nice weather. I mean, this is the best day we've had. I mean, there's not a cloud in the sky. And this is what you come to Alaska for. I mean, people ask me, why do I come to Alaska? I mean, you can pan that and see this is Alaska. You know, granted, we went through the wet part of Alaska and everything else, but this is what it's all about. When you can experience this, sitting here in the tundra, middle of nowhere, with a good bunch of guys help me out here, camaraderie, and hey, that's what it's all about. But back to the stalk, we hiked our 10-mile hike, whatever it was, and we thought we had him in the canyon there. Couldn't find him. We called some predator calls, nothing happened. And Billy looks at me and goes, well, since we're over here, why don't we check out this next little canyon? It's only a couple miles over. He's looking at my legs. I'm going, well, okay, since we're here, let's go ahead and do it. Just as we were going to come this way anyway, I believe. And he looks up and goes, there he is. And everything changed. Our demeanor, everybody was on high alert, and Billy takes off, and I'm trying to keep up with him. These guys with long legs, you know. I lose this half a step for each time, but we got up on him, got us right down in on him, 100 yards, give or take. Bang, the artillery hit. You know, I took off 6 shots at the thing, I believe. Hit it a couple times. Billy helped out too, and it's down on the ground, didn't go far. Beautiful hide. We determined it's a boar. Not sure how big it is. We'll square it at some point, but it's been a hunt of a lifetime. This is great. I can't thank you guys anymore. I still got a day or two here to get organized and have a fun time tonight once we get back to camp and celebrate with you guys. So thank both of you guys, Dougie and Billy. You know, without you guys, this wouldn't happen. You guys are really great. You take care of the hunter. That's what it's all about. I'm tickled pink. Thank my family, my wife, for letting me come all these trips. The kids are going to get a real kick out of this. Wife's going to go, where are we going to put this? You know, I have no idea, but That's a full mount, no doubt. My taxidermy said, hey, if you get an Arctic grizzly, you got to full mount it. So we'll full mount this baby.
What else would a taxidermist say?
Oh, yeah. His kids from college too, so. But no, yeah, he's great. So I just want to thank you guys, and it's been a hunt of a lifetime. Beautiful day. You can't ask for anything better.
Our pleasure, Joe.
Absolutely.
When you look at this animal, when you get it home, you just think of the memories you're gonna have.
Yep.
You know, the stalk was, I mean, outside of the stalk and the shot and all that stuff, everything that happened in the over 5 days,
Right.
you know, leading up to today, hell of an adventure.
Oh, one heck of an adventure. I mean, you can imagine this. You can't. It's so, you know, surreal. I mean, you sit here and it hasn't sunken in yet. It really hasn't. So this is, you know, wow.
And it's just every day you're battling something. The fog every morning, the rain the first 3 days, then the river, then starving to death.
Yeah, just one thing after the other. I mean, it was never in.
It's hard because the day's so long, and you got to get used to that. You got all day. You don't have to worry about if you don't get out right. If it's fogged, you got to wait it out.
Yeah.
That's hard to get
You
used
just got to
to.
roll with the punches. In the modern society,
It's hard to do that.
that's not easy for a lot of guys.
And you can tell you guys rolled with it. You knew, you know, when the weather was going to break. You timed it. Boom. Perfect. So yeah, you know, it is. It's an experience I'll never forget.
All I know is I want Joe saying some prayers for me, because the first time we saw this thing way off over there, you know, I know Joe was praying because he didn't want to walk over there. And this big old bear shows up right across the river from us.
I know. But
we couldn't get across the river.
Yeah.
And then we find this thing again. We hike all the way over here. Like you're saying, you know, we didn't find him, couldn't find him in there.
I thought.
Don't know where he went. We made up that plan, you know, Joe. Let's go for it. We're this far. Let's keep rolling. And I know he said another prayer, and all of a sudden the sucker walked around the corner. Yeah. I want Joe praying for me because God's answering your prayers.
He is. He did put him here instead of over there. Oh, we'd still be walking.
Oh man!
My legs.
What a hunt!
What a hunt is right.
That was a true sportsman. Give him a warning shot.
Oh yeah. You get up and you look at it.
Yeah, you definitely missed him that first time. Yeah, you got to get the nerves out, and then when you only got one left because I don't know, something malfunctioned with his leaf spring in his magazine, and so it was rattling, and he wasn't getting a clean
Feed.
Yeah, and so with one in the magazine and one in the pipe, he was. So at that point, you were single shot Joe. I was calling you two shot Joe.
Yeah, I mean, he stood up. I must have went up over him, I guess. Got the caribou. Must have got the.
Oh, that big bull is right there, Dougie. When we were going after the bear, that big bull we saw the other day.
Caribou or it moved?
Caribou. Caribou.
The old waterfaller.
Yeah, that was a dandy. Yeah. I don't know if that's him or not, but. No, it's a nice bear. He's be well over 7.
He's gonna hit that 7. We said any bear over 7 is a good bear.
Yeah, he's definitely over 7 feet.
So we got a nice respectable bear, like I talked about. So, and he was work. He was work. We had to work to get him. So that added another foot just to work with. You know, the story gets bigger and bigger.
Well, we didn't.
That was a 9-footer.
Day 6, 7-6.
Yep. There you go. 7-6.
Yeah. Well, we're thinking, or I think he's. You can see he's not ancient, but he's not young, and he's got that sharp ridge in the back of his upper canine, which biologists have said told me that indicator. I forget, is it 10 or 12 years old? But at any rate, I would guess this bear is about 10 years old. That creek crossing just cleaned the mud off from the last one. That last one was just mud. We were stalking that bear. We came to this willow thicket that was like thigh deep mucked mud. We were within 300 yards of the bear, so we weren't turning around or looking for an alternate route. So up till that point, we were pretty dry. But I don't think we could get a much better evening to be packing a bear out.
The best night for it.
Yeah. I don't think any of us are bummed we don't have to climb the hill in the morning. We can sleep in. She's gonna be cold. Real cold.
My wiggy.
It was 3.5 miles by way of the Crow to the kill site. So it was all of 4 to where we were going after him here today.
What we got here?
See, isn't it a lot fun? Oh, look at all that dirt coming out of your. There's just like a red stain, big pool of dirt. You can see it coming out of your pants. See, isn't it nice once your feet are wet?
Yeah.
You make really good time.
I just don't care anymore.
Let me see that bad boy.
Good one.
Beauty. We're having fun. Creek crossings are done. Nothing but tussocks, hummocks. This hike's a heck of a lot better with a bear in the bag than knowing we gotta go hunting tomorrow.
I didn't like keeping it myself, but I was holy shit. Billy, what do we do back there? Let's wait for that camp bear to come back.
Yeah, we had about a 4.5 foot camp bear. I honestly told Joe, I was like, I'm not even gonna let you shoot that one because I'm not 100% sure it's not a cub. He wouldn't have, but yeah, that was a tiny little thing.
On the other side of the creek, though.
Yeah.
He would have presented.
That one, yeah, that was no slouch.
We'll be out there tomorrow looking at it. Whoa.
Oh, there they go. Haven't been seeing many ptarmigan this year.
That's cool.
So, Dougie, we ain't gonna talk anymore about the next hunt. We're gonna get back, throw this hide on those caribou antlers, pull out the vodka and cook some supper.
Big vodka and taste that right now. Woo.
Dougie, you get rice and chicken tonight. That long pack out was special. We relived all the days on the hill, the stalk, the shots, and the thought of fresh food waiting for us back in camp all served to lighten our loads. The sun setting behind us and the snow-capped peaks before us was the perfect send-off for Joe's fairy tale Alaskan adventure. Much like a master chef seasons a steak, Alaska draws out the unique flavors of every adventure with unsuspected ingredients.
Shortcut, that is it.
Stick a trucking pole in Joe, he is done.
Ah, second best thing today, the camping. Kill the grizzly was first.
This hunt would have been bland had it not been for the days of blowing rain. Endless hours of murky fog, the wind flattening our tarp, and the big bear we could only look at across the raging river.
Look how far the creaky went down now.
Joe did a DIY moose hunt. Were you ever this tired? How about your sheep hunt that was so bad? Were you this tired?
My sheep hunt.
It's all part of the experience.
Word of the week, experience.
Perhaps I should have filmed more of it, but I opted to savor our last night together in the tent, under the light of our headlamps. The laughs, the doubts, and frustrations, the soaked boots and sweat stinging our eyes. the rifle malfunction, the slice to Joe's forehead.
Oh, you get that on video?
I sure did.
The smell and sound of bacon sizzling in the pan. And the heartfelt toast as we raised our scratched up coffee-stained plastic mugs. All of it was just a part of the experience of Two-Shot Joe.
Finish her off there, Joe. It's all you, baby. Cheers. Heck of an adventure, fellas. Success. It's been a great day. Day 6.
We're sleeping in tomorrow morning.
Oh, you match me another one of these?
I can't imagine. I think we're just fine.
For more modern-day Mountain Man DVDs and digital downloads, log on to BillyMollsAdventures.com. Here you'll also find books, a wide variety of merch, and information on hunting opportunities with Billy. When he's not hunting, Billy travels nationally and internationally as a public speaker, sharing his captivating, soul-stirring tales of adventure by way of his one-of-a-kind, down-to-earth delivery at corporate and community events, Christian outreaches, and conservation organizations. Just like the Alaskan wilderness, no one leaves a Billy Molls presentation the same person as they enter it. Log on or call for more info.
The weather. Now that was some weather, I'll tell you. That's
You ever seen anything like that in 8 trips to Alaska?
not like yesterday in particular. That was terrible. That was depressingly terrible.
Day 6, we went up to our What the world needs to know about her is he actually has a personality. You throw a camera in his face and he locks up tighter than a frog's
Yeah.
Yeah. And he reeks about like I'd imagine a frog's would smell. The inside of it, that is. I figure he's bring her along for cover scent. Probably figure there's some rotten carcass to be eaten. They smell him.